Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Oasis Podcast. And today is a very special day because it is season 4 of the Oasis Podcast, episode 1. And promise you guys, man, we like to start off every single season with probably one of the best episodes of the season we're going to have, man. One of the bangers of the season. And let them know why, Dan.
Look, today we're going to dive into the incredible story of the Fresno Pro-Am. In just 2 seasons, they've etched their names in basketball history and set records with an average of 500 fans in attendance over the course of a 7-week season. The season 2 finale was a monumental event featuring a back-to-school giveaway, championship showdown, and an all-star game matchup that pushed the Fresno City College gymnasium to its maximum capacity, baby.
And if you saw photos of this, if you saw videos of this, Google them on Instagram, Fresno Pro-Am. I promise you guys you're going to see, if you weren't there, all the stuff you missed out on. And if you were there, all the stuff you partook in, man. So please help us welcome Fresno Pro-Am. We got Alton, we got Seth, and we got Ryan to the show. Sure. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you guys coming on. So first off, before we start, for the people at home that are wondering, like, Fresno Pro-Am, they've never heard of Pro-Am, they never heard kind of like the lingo. What is Fresno Pro-Am, and what can they expect about Fresno Pro-Am?
Pro-Am basketball is a category of basketball that's pretty unique because you get to see current and former NBA players play on the court. You get to see current and former NCAA players play on the floor. You also get to see, like, you know, just college guys and high school guys also play on the floor. It's been around for 50 to 60 years. You go down to L.A., you see 50 years worth of basketball, long history. If you go down up to the Bay Area, you'll see 50, 60 years, actually. They've been around for much longer than, or 10 years longer than the Drew League in L.A. But we're new in Fresno, but we have a long history of just producing high-quality basketball players here in the Valley, and we're happy to be able to serve the basketball community in this way.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And so that's a little bit of a gist as far as like a brief summary of what Pro-Am is. And it's so much more, man. I feel like if you guys go out there, really, just to describe it, really what it is it's kind of an experience. You know what I mean? If you've ever been to a basketball game before, this is like a basketball game. We described it a little bit earlier as just guys that are hungry, bro. Guys that are hungry. They want to get after it. They love the game, most importantly. And they're just getting after it, man. So I want to start it off. We'll take it back to where you guys started, right? So obviously they see now, we talked a lot about hundreds of fans you guys had. You guys practically packed the whole Fresno City College, the court out, man. But I want to take it back to when you guys first started. So how did Fresno Pro-Am first begin?
I could touch up on this. It first began just me and my brothers, we wanted to create like an open run, you know, and we knew there was a lot of talent and we wanted to get a lot of guys together just to have like a high competitive run. And then eventually with time, we started adding more concepts to the run. And that's kind of how it developed in the beginning stages. It was just people we knew immediately, like close people, friends and family. And then that grew to people bringing more people. And just with repetition over time, it just started developing into something bigger.
Yeah, it would get to the point to where we would have, like, I remember at one point we had like 40 people on one court. Yeah. Yes. On one court. Numbers went down a lot the week after that because, you know, guys weren't able to get a sweat in. But but it was pretty. It was fun. We have lots of good stories.
That's so cool, man. Because I feel like the Pro-Am League, like you said, there's a lot of history. A lot of people I know, like when I think of Pro-Am, kind of one of the first names that pops into my mind is the Drew League. You know, I used to see in the Drew League. Obviously, Kyrie would be out there. Some of the pro guys, college guys, big talent. You know, sometimes the upcoming NCAA players, they would be there, show out their skills. And I just couldn't believe, bro, when I seen you guys, I was like, bro, I can't believe there hasn't been a Pro-Am in Fresno. Because obviously Fresno is the city, like the core city of the Central Valley. And I feel like, dude, the Valley puts out any sport across. We have a lot of talent, bro. And I couldn't believe that there hadn't been a Pro-Am. And when you guys came onto the scene, dude, like for me, when we were reading up the story, I was like, bro, this shit started as like a few pickup games. And like, dude, it's like 3 years later, it's a big old game. We got the mayor out there. So that's nuts, bro. That's nuts, bro, how that grew from essentially what like an organized pickup game, you know, with high competitive pickup games, which you've been in them, dude, you know, for any sport, those are fun. To next thing you know, the mayor's out there and stuff like that, dude. So before we get into that, dude, one question I had of like kind of how you guys transitioned from the pickup to like a more kind of legitimate setup. I know you guys first started, you tried to do it at the Clovis Rec Center, right? But what happened there, bro, when you guys brought up the idea of taking things to the next level?
So around that time, I was refereeing some adult league games. I would see guys come in. Mind you, this is September 2021. We're fresh, like, out of COVID. Yeah, we're fresh out of COVID.
Some people are still wearing masks.
Some people are still wearing masks while they're playing basketball. The city of
playing basketball?
Yeah, while they're playing.
Oh, shit, that's crazy.
The city of Fresno didn't want to start a league yet because they just didn't feel like it was safe enough. But the city of Clovis took that chance. And I happened to be refereeing at the time, and I saw my guy Greg Smith walk into the gym and said what's up to him. It's been a while, and I knew he just got done playing international ball. Then I saw another person come in, and I'm like, yo, this is high talent basketball that's going on right now. And it just hit me. It was just like, hey, we got professionals here, we got some amateurs here. Let's turn this into a pro league. And it was some like thing. It was just the name. Proam came up. I ended up passing that idea, and if I pitched it to you, it wasn't like this, like, oh, you know, like it was some obvious, like it was this, like nothing crazy. It was just a casual question, like, hey, let's turn this into a Proam. The idea got respectfully turned down, and that was where the name came from. But then we were already doing runs at that time, so we just kind of over time put 2 and 2 together.
Because in the beginning, though, bro, like on that same note, is that like whoever you told it to, they probably didn't see like packed out arena, you know what I mean? Packed out. You have NBA stars there. You have the mayor there, Fresno there. Like, there's no way they could have seen that. But the crazy thing about it is, you saw that, right?
Well, we did. We worked hard to make that happen because there's a lot of organizing to even make that idea happen. There's a lot of moving parts. We all grew up playing organized ball. You know, there's a difference between playing a pickup game, which is normally unorganized, and then playing organized basketball. So in the front office, what we have a group chat called Front Office, and we organize.
That's cool. That's a good fucking name for a group chat.
So we call it Front Office, and we organize things. Literally, we organize the league, and we make sure that everything's in place.
Dude. Diving into that a little bit more, bro. So, because I just feel like, to me, it's still kind of crazy from a business point of view. Obviously, to make everything happen that you guys have made happen within the first 2 years. I know we had some experience running like esports, and even that, dude, it wasn't as big as what you guys got going on. I think the most competitors we have was like what, 50.
Bro, we have with like 50, 60. You guys have hundreds, bro.
Hundreds.
So there's like when they say levels to this, you guys have like,
Dude,
bro.
and even at that point, dude, the reason why I bring that up is because even at that point, we were fucking pulling our hair. We're like, bro, there's so many moving pieces. The bracketing, the teams, the referees, rules. You know what I mean? So, dude, what you guys put on, I think that if you've never been in the event industry or trying to host an event, a competitive event for that matter, you have no fucking clue, dude. Like, it looks easy. I might look easy from the outside in, but you know, you definitely need that front office group chat, dude. And dude, you boys have pulled it off. I'm sure there's been like a lot of burning fires, pulling hair out in the back end, but on the front end, the product, man, that the people get, from what I've seen, dude, you guys are fucking killing it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Thank you. Big shout out to you boys, dude. Now with that, first year, talk about the first year a little bit, man, because I know that the second year, a lot of things started clicking. Yeah. NBA sanctioned, which we'll get into that. But what was the first year like when you guys legit got organized?
So, yeah, first year, I'll get into that. First year, I mean, we already had a little bit of foot traffic, so we're just, you know, plotting out how that first year would look, and then just kind of just organizing as far as how we would be able to offer that to serve the players. You know, and that was our first, you know, core focus. When you're creating something like this, you got to have a core focus, and ours was on the players. So how can we make this league credible to start off on the right foot? And then crazy thing about it, first year, we came up with the whole concept. We got the approval about like 3 weeks before. Had a family event, crazy event happen 3 weeks before. Got the approval 2 weeks before. Just got to it. Just like,
gosh,
you know, we're
dude.
just plugging in parts. I'm going around all of Fresno. I'm finding out coaches. I'm letting players know that want to play, that are good. Come to the open run so we can see what kind of player you are too, and then as well as going to businesses, trying to look for sponsors, you know, people to help promote the event so we can get the community involved with what we're doing, things of that nature. But turned out quite good. You know, it wasn't a crazy turnout, but we knew if we brought a high quality of basketball, the front end, the back end part of things, you know, will, as far as actually, I should say the back end part of things, because we're taking the front end part of things under, you know, control. The back end part of things will just fall in place. So that's what, we just really focus on that, and then just high quality of basketball. Slowly people started to find out. By the last week, we had about a good like 200 people, maybe 150 for that championship game.
That was season one?
Season one.
That's a pretty big, bro. That's a lot of people, bro, to pop out.
But hey, first day though, we only had about 4 people in the crowd. So
humble beginnings for sure. Exactly. I mean, 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But talk about your mindset then, bro, because obviously, like, we talk a lot on the show about like business, right? Like business, we're meeting with a lot of like the aces of every single industry. You guys are the aces of what you guys are doing right now. And talk about your mindset as far as seeing only 4 people in the crowd, bro. When you're like, damn, I have this big idea. Everything's supposed to be popping. It's supposed to be a huge event. And all of a sudden, like, 4 people show up, bro. Like, how did you not get discouraged? And how did you guys keep going?
Mainly because like it wasn't too much about like Ryan touched on. It was about the players in season 1. So like we couldn't control really how many people were going to show up. So it was more so what we can control is are the rules okay? Are they pro-oriented? Can the referees manage the game? Is there high-level basketball being played? Are the players respecting the game? And if you're a player that's playing at D1, which we had D1 players playing season 1, you're going to choose to play here because this is the highest level of basketball you can organize basketball that you can play over the summertime. So it was an easy choice. So those are things that we really focused on, and we knew that like if we continue to make sure that week by week, just like we did with runs, week by week we improve, slowly iterate different ideas, improve certain things here and there, that everything else will kind of take care of itself. That's what we know.
That's so dope, dude. You know what I'm interested in? What I've been kind of thinking about this whole time is how do you guys put together the teams? So obviously a big part.
Everybody wants to know how we put together the teams.
Because like the way
we might have to patent that process.
You know what?
Yeah, that's what
I'll touch it. We won't give you everything.
You don't have to, bro. You don't have to.
Just a
I know.
little bit.
This is a secret sauce right here.
We used to host
low-key.
runs, right?
Uh-huh.
Each week on Wednesdays at the Clovis Rec. It would be like a Fresno Pro-Am run.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on that, we have like a bunch of different talent come in. And we've played basketball, so we're able to judge the caliber of player, So as we developed the rosters, we just picked and choose guys we knew would be fit together,
Nice.
And it's kind of a hard process. Like it's one of those things where you don't really know until you see them play the first time together, But I say like we learned all that kind of first season, and so by season 2 it was much easier.
Yeah.
But
and it's a constant developing thing that we have to keep on working on because we're also coordinating with coaches.
Yeah.
We're also coordinating. See, with season 1, there was a lot of guys. We wanted to have teams, but a lot of guys are like, "Hey, I want to play, but it's only me and my buddy." And then it was like, "Okay, we can't make a team out of you and your buddy. We need to put you with some other guys that have buddies too." So we put everything together that way. And then some guys be like, "Hey, I don't want to play with this guy." Well, talk to your coach. So then there's different processes that we have in place to where communication lines have to be.
That's a real thing, though, bro. You play on
It
the
is a real
blacktop.
thing.
I mean, a
And
couple
it
guys
all-
have beef.
Not to cut you off, but it really shows up in the performance of the players, and it really shows up into the scores, and it really shows up on the Instagram highlights.
Yep.
When you see guys really performing. So, like, we take that in consideration, and we realize how important it is.
Yeah, because I feel like if anything, bro, like, what you guys do, like what you guys were saying, if you focus on that, the player element of it and the game itself, that's kind of the core of it. So I know that a big part of it has to be the teams, dude. So, man, it sounds like you guys kind of got like a little scouting. Like you guys got little scouting hats on, dude. You guys, I feel like
Always. We got
looking,
watch lists.
constantly.
Yeah.
We got people sending us, like, list of players. Hey, watch this guy, watch this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's separate in itself.
yeah. Well, dude,
We got people who reach out to us, and have a list of guys they want to bring or guys that they want us to reach out to play. And, we take that in consideration too. But we also have a process. Like we have a player application, so we take that very serious pretty much, so.
Yeah, so just to touch on that a little bit, like season 1, it was about registration. Usually when you hear registration, it's like, I signed up, so I'm playing.
Yep.
Right. And so, but we did that in season 1, but in order for us to improve the quality of talent for season 2, we're like, hey, we got to change this from registration to application. We literally have to look at whether you have a resume or not. All right. Because this is a business for one, but this is also not a glorified rec league either. So,
we don't want park legends out here.
Yeah. so we do take that, like Seth said, we do take that process very seriously.
Damn, dude.
Well, because for the most part, bro, most people would think, I would think, I'm like, I'm a 3-point shooter, bro. I'm like, I think I got a nice shot. But then I step onto the court and I'm like, nah, I don't got it like that, bro,
But dudes that are like, no, I had a JUCO highlight, mixtape, bro. I'm solidified. I should be out here, and it's like, whoa, okay, that was 10 years ago. Like, be realistic, okay? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the JUCO products. I'm one too. So I got one from 10 years ago. And but I'm still nice though. I still like you.
You're just throwing shots over here, bro.
Season 3, you might see Commish out there.
That's funny. What, former Porterville Pirate, huh?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Shout out
You went to
PC,
Porterville
baby.
too, no?
I
Did
My
you?
brother went to Porterville.
You
My
went to-
brother, he played baseball over there.
Okay,
okay,
nice.
okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I play a little ball at Ridley. Not basketball, though, football.
Football,
But,
okay, okay,
My
that's
brother,
nice,
he
nice.
played at PC, so I know a little about Porterville.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Shout out to
Sure.
Porterville.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Pirates, baby.
Porterville. Shout out to
Sir,
PC.
shout out to Porterville.
Yeah. That's so cool. You know, and before I move on to this, bro, I'm interested in it. Do you guys like watch film on the guys? Like when they send you the stuff in, like, do you watch film on them a little bit, or it's just like, do you guys have like a little bit of an open runs, kind of like a tryout type of deal? You kind of scout people and.
So yeah, Seth kind of touched on that, and Ryan kind of touched on that. We do have those runs do kind of double as like an evaluation period, and some guys know that. Like they'll go and like, yo, watch me, you know, and we
Earn
watch.
that spot, yeah.
Yeah, they want to earn that spot, and that shows. But to your question about the videos, so in the application process, there's like there's an optional thing where you can send a video in. Some guys we already know, we don't really need to check it. Other guys we do have to check it, you know, because mind you, when you're building a roster, you know, you want to make sure that all the pieces make sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, that's hard to do, but you know,
You
but
don't want 10 centers out there on one team, you know?
No, yeah,
right,
There's
right.
only 10 centers in the valley. There's only 10 centers in the valley, so you know it's a really guard-heavy league. So we try to distribute that, you know, evenly as possible. But you know, here and there, you're gonna have, you know, teams with more guards, things like that. But we're consistently, yeah. Me personally, when I'm hearing any names or I'm like going through the application, you know, process, seeing who's, you know, applying, I'm actually clicking those, you know, links, or I'm looking up their Instagram or their name on, you know, whatever website, and then I'm trying to look and see if
It's more so
Any
like if
films.
we don't have a general idea of the player.
That's
It-
it.
it-
Okay,
that's
you
the
dive
only
into it a
time,
little
yeah.
more.
If I know you, I know kind of what your play style is. Okay, let me see what's
Yeah,
updated about it, and like let me check a look at your, you know, Instagram, or if we have that clip of like a little highlight tape, let me see what you're working
Yeah.
with, or you know, things like that.
Damn, that's so, dude. So year one, little quick recap. Year one, you guys kind of get the system down, right? And then I feel like year two, dude, was really like it's just kind of popped off, dude. So get into that, dude. Get into year two. Year one was trial and error. You kind of figured out the system. I feel like year two, when you guys came in, you know, it sounds like you guys had the system ready, and I mean, a lot of things happened in year two, man.
Yeah, a lot of things happen, and but very small. Like we wanted to make sure that certain processes got fine tuned, like the application process. Year two was really about like managing expectations to a large degree in certain ways, because yeah, guys are excited for another season. Yes, we're gonna have another season. We don't know what's to come, and part of that is good, part of that is a little scary, because you know we take and consider public safety and all those different things. So we're grabbing security and different things of that nature. But yeah, season two, we didn't know what to expect, but we just keep it organized, and everything works
It worked
out.
out.
Yeah.
It worked out, yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, I mean, you talked about security, safety, stuff like that. One of the things that caught my interest is like, if you're at home right now, and I'm sure all of us, if you ever hooped on a court with someone, like it doesn't matter if you're homies, your boys, like sometimes it can get kind of
You get that
hectic a
foul
little bit.
in,
You know what I
dude.
mean?
Yeah.
It gets a little competitive, and I feel like that's one of the coolest things about like ball is that it can get competitive, but at the end of the day, it's all for the love of the game. So we talked a little bit about your first couple seasons. But one of the things we didn't touch on too much yet is that just kind of like your love for the game, bro. Like how did that start for you guys? Because obviously a lot of people love basketball, right? A lot of people think about basketball. A lot of people play basketball on the weekends, but not everyone can make basketball and make their love for the game like an actual career like you guys are doing. So talk about that. Talk about how you guys did that, and just kind of how you guys are doing it right now.
You want to start?
Go ahead. You can start.
We all grew up playing basketball. You know, we all played kindergarten all the way to high school, you know. Some went to different levels. You know, Alton played college. Me and him didn't play college. But, I mean, we've always been around the game. You know, we've always been around basketball players, from guys that are older than us to guys that are newer to the scene. So it's just something we've always done, because ourselves, we still play. We still play weekly together. So we still even meet new people. So it's just one of those things. It's just always been a way of life for us. So it's just kind of been easy to navigate through the basketball world, you know, because it's just something we've always done.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
That I never thought I would say this, but like before I got to this age and I got to this stage in my life where I have more fun doing this now than I ever did playing the game of basketball. Mind you, like I we all want to play pro. Like this is a Pro-Am league. You're either amateur or you're professional. Professionals are getting paid to do this. That's almost what constitutes you as being a professional in today's world. But shoot, we playing. I would play at a rec league. I would play in college. When I was at PC, I would play at a rec league. I would play at a park. I would drive my car down the street and they're playing basketball, go grab my shoes out my car or whatnot. And that was fun. I was just doing it for the love of it. Mind you, to get paid, you don't do that. You don't put your body on the line at a park playing against people who aren't on the same path and play this game for the same reasons for you. But, man, I have so much fun, more fun doing this and being able to leverage the experience of being a JUCO product, right? Because, like, we have a bunch of CVC, Central Valley Conference guys that play in this league, and coaches are reaching out. And I know the JUCO plight. Like, I know it's not easy, man. You get your FAFSA, you get your financial aid, and you gotta make do. You gotta pay for your books, but you also gotta pay for your living. But you also gotta put food in your mouth. So you may have to go get food stamps. I know that whole journey, and so to be able to provide this platform where they can get that exposure, it's cool for me, and I love it. And again, I just never thought I would say, like, man, I love doing stuff around the game better than actually being in the game. For me.
Yeah, and same goes for me. I mean, my journey, me personally, just grew up in a household with 2 older brothers. I'm the youngest, so any area where I can, put my stamp on, where I'm solidified. I'm a big dog around here. So it was always dog fights outside, and yeah, all of us outside, cul-de-sac days.
You gotta be real, bro. How many times did they post you up when you were younger?
Oh, it was every time. And usually about like 3 times out of 10 is gonna end a fight. It's like when I was young, I was just very hot-headed. But that was just my fire for the game. I just did not like losing. And me and him played so much just growing up. It's just I was used to playing older people. I was used to playing bigger, stronger people. And then so when I would go to the park or I would go to anywhere else, they would just think it's automatically that. And it's just like, no, I like to get physical. Like, I'm used to playing bigger dudes. Like, I like that you want to have that approach. Like, you're actually playing towards my game now, okay? And then just me, I love, like, I love the spirit that comes with the basketball game. Talking mess, you know what I mean? It's just like life. That's what I translate, basketball to life. It's going to be adversity. There's going to be ups and downs. Are you going to stay consistent through it? You know what I mean? Are you just going to be stagnant, just go with the flow of it and just play back in the coast? Are you going to actually lead people? Things of that nature. But, yeah, I mean, my journey towards it, just loved it. But I really do enjoy more so of the backside of things, just to, help people on a business standpoint, because that's what people don't really know when you're taking that next leap as far as from playing this for fun to actually making this a living. It's a business. It's entertainment. So you have to take it serious. You know what I mean? Now
Fresno State grad too, business grad by the way. Too, so
Hey.
Appreciate that very much. I mean, appreciate that.
Also another graduate. I dropped out, so I commend my brothers for doing that. And we got our other brother back here in the cuts right
That's
here
cool,
too.
bro.
That's Jordan Williams back there.
Well, that's cool, bro, because you guys all make like the team, right? Like, you guys are all like, you guys talked about different positions, right? There's a lot of point guards and there might not be a couple centers, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you have the starting 5 on the court, everyone has their own job and everyone has their own duty, right? So
exactly.
It's cool because talking to you guys all have that same exact thing where you guys know your lane, you guys do your thing well, and you guys let the other guys focus on their lanes. You guys kind of have your own thing you do.
And that's how you win.
Appreciate
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
Turbos, what's up with the time? We good? Okay, cool. I had that mental clock. It was starting to click in. Shit, man. What happened? 6 minutes. There we go. A little bit off. So, okay, season 2. You guys are clicking. I want to touch on something that all 3 of you guys mentioned right now, dude, and is that you guys you love the back end, but I feel like the reason why you guys love the back end is because you get to impact the people that you were once those people, right? You were once those people in those shoes.
Absolutely.
And you get to really impact them, dude. So what do you guys do? What does the Pro-Am do for the players to help them kind of get to the next level?
So, we there was this interview. I can't remember who this person was, but they it was almost like a season 1 critique. They're like, yeah, it was fun, but it needs to be more pro oriented. And I love feedback like that. And I was like, okay, let's implement this next year. Took that to heart really, because that's when we started to look into getting NBA sanctioned. It's like, that's what's more pro than that. But we like to surround the players. Like we had I feel bad because I forget her name, but she used to show up. She showed up every week for season 2 to give guys massages, to make sure that their bodies is warmed up. You know what I mean? Just like those things that surround the players every single game are super important. We also did an academy for our coaches through USA Basketball, and it's pretty much essentially like a course that we put together. It's like a couple of courses so that the coaches can get refreshed on what it takes in order to coach at this level. So it's important, right? Because I had a conversation a couple weeks ago with Coach Von Webb and Coach Hudson at Fresno State, and they tipped their hats for what we were doing at Fresno Pro-Am, and that meant a lot. It means a lot because, these are established educational institutions, and they want to know when they send Isaiah Hill and Donovan Yap over to Fresno Pro-Am, or that they're taken care of and that they're getting some good, that their summers are productive, right? That their summers are productive and we're taking care of them, things of that nature. So just to kind of touch on, I don't know if you want to touch on some of the services.
Just the whole concept itself. It's just strictly catered to the players,
Yeah,
So like,
I would agree.
we don't get a lot out of this, other than the content of building something that's beneficial for the community,
Right.
Everything we offer is just strictly for the players. So whether it's the application or helping them out, figure anything out in regards to that, because there is steps in the application and there's a fee. So, we're directive, individual, we can have conversations and things like that. We're really approachable. And like we said, it's family owned, man. So it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's just a different feeling, bro. Especially family owned. You can kind of feel how passionate you guys are about helping these guys get to the next level. And so you mentioned on the same topic of getting to the next level, you guys mentioned NBA sanctions. So people at home, and me particularly, I know, and I was looking into it, I was like, man, what does NBA sanction mean? And how does that really impact them to get to the next level?
That's a good question. Sanctioning, when you think about sanctioning, it's almost like a quality control type of thing, especially with the application process with the NBA. And it's just to ensure that everything is to a T. They want to know the court size. They want to know how far the bleachers or the seats from the court. All these different things. Do you have medical staff there? So it really serves as a quality control, but it also doubles as like, hey, you guys can now have NBA players play on that court. So they want it to be quality because they want to be able to say that, hey, yes, you guys can allow, you guys can have Jalen Green come play. You guys can have Giannis Antetokounmpo come play. So Rudy Gay, Quincy Pondexter, whomever. So that's primarily what an NBA sanction does for a Pro-Am basketball league.
Oh shit! Now we know, because I know we're talking about what does it mean to be NBA sanctioned. So that's cool, dude. It kind of is it's kind of like the stamp, like the certification. Like, this is legit. You guys are good to go, dude.
Yeah,
that's cool, bro. Because not necessarily like a clapback, right? But like, whenever you see that comment, right, you want to get better, and it's cool. You guys can tell you guys are always looking to constantly improve. But whenever you see that comment of like, I need to get a little more pro, like the stamp of like, hey, we're a little more pro, it's there. NBA sanction, bro.
And there's some other stuff that I've seen that we're definitely going to take in consideration next year. So I pay attention. Quality control. We always want to make sure that all our processes are nice, and we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But so, we're just looking for that next way to better serve the players, better serve the league, better serve the city of Fresno, right? Because when the mayor shows up to got to make sure everything's right because it's Fresno Pro-Am. So
yeah.
And then I feel like you mentioned Fresno, bro. Fresno, one of the biggest things, I know you guys had a MIGA market team, right? This year.
Shout out to Eddie.
Yeah,
shout out to
Eddie.
Watangsi, my bad.
Yeah, bro.
Watangsi,
He's the guy. So one of the things he said, we had him on a couple, 100%. So whenever we first started, we had him on. And what he said is that Fresno really is like that diamond in the rough because not a lot of people look at Fresno as like what it is. They always overlook Fresno as, it's just a city in the middle. But like realistically, Fresno is in the middle of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Geographically, like we're positioned, you're right. We're in the middle of everything. I like the diamond in the rough perspective, but I dare also too because I say it all the time. Like we like to take this underdog approach in Fresno, but a lot of times, like we have to remember that we've seen a lot too. We've seen a lot. We've seen top NBA picks, top NFL picks. We've seen people have gone on and done some great things.
Yes.
So sometimes I think we forget that.
Yeah.
And we need to move like, hey, we've been here before, all right?
Yeah.
Like, let's not act like this is new. And largely we have to look at Pro-Am the same way, right? Because, we're 2 seasons in, but look, Pro-Am basketball been around for 50, 60 years. We're late.
Yes.
We're late.
Very.
And we've also seen so many great basketball players here. So seeing great basketball players here is nothing new. Like, let's not act like this is brand new. We're happy this is here, but I guess this is just my perspective, and I guess this keeps me motivated and pushing forward.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Always improve.
You know what? That is a good point though, because even for me when I think about it, bro, I do take that approach of like diamond in the rough. But you know, when you were saying that, I was like, damn, no, you're right, bro. Like, we do pump out, like, we got some real ones. You know, got Josh Allen, PG, a bunch of people kind of came out of the valley, dude. So we're Fresno State, you know, Devontae. So damn, hey, that's a new perspective actually. That opened me up right now.
We've been here.
Yeah, we've been
We've
here.
been here. We've been here before too. You know, so it's we're not underdogs, really.
Yeah. And I feel like with people, they kind of like underestimate the exposure level of Fresno, where it had the potential. Like, you know, and at the end of the day, we're still in California, you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what people I feel like don't understand. Like, it's only 2.5 hours from the Bay Area, 3.5 hours from LA. Like, that is only a 3.5 hour trip from you making a lifetime decision that could change your life forever. You never know, like, what kind of conversation you'll be, you know, in those areas. You know what I mean? And then even in the valley, like, it might get overlooked, but there's people here in the valley have like deep connections, you know what I mean? That you never know who you're talking to at all.
Yeah.
Like, simple as that.
Yeah, I feel like really, bro, you guys described it perfectly as far as like whenever you said underdog. That's really the mentality, and I know, like you said, we shouldn't have taken, because we've been here, bro. Like, Fresno State has produced top-level athletes, and they've been doing it. You look at Paul George, right? You look at Pondexter. You look at Aaron Judge. I mean, there's so many other ones. Derek Carr, right? Javonte Adams. I mean, we can go on, right? And that's just some of the ones that most people know, but there's so many other ones that have produced like high-level talent that have went on to the league and done great things. But, I mean, it's Fresno, bro. That's the pride of Fresno right there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so dope, dude. And now I know that you guys are going to get a little bit I don't want to say a better way to expose it, but another tool. You guys add another tool to the Fresno Pro-Am, and that's the whole thing, the partnership with YouTube, dude. What is it? I just seen that. What is going on with that?
So, you know, YouTube has the partnership program.
Yeah.
We're looking to get ours up and going. You know, there's lots of content out there with our league, and we see other leagues in the space that have YouTube channels. But we want to make sure that we're there too. You know, we're there too, and there's different content ideas that we're playing with in terms of how we want to show this side of basketball, this category of basketball. I always say category of basketball because like there's the NBA, there's all these different, you know, there's street ball, so this category of basketball, which is Pro-Am. So yeah, that's pretty much what that is, and I don't want to touch too much on it because we
can't reveal all the sauce.
Yeah,
we can't reveal all of it.
And I would say a main key reason in that decision is just basically catering towards our consumer bases. You know, we're on Instagram, not really quite heavily, but we have a known presence there. So it's time to grow in other areas because, like, I would say, like, at most of our games, there's quite like a younger crowd. And me personally, when I'm going through the city of Fresno and like they see I have my Pro-Am shirt on, or I'm talking basketball and they hear, oh, we actually have, you know, dudes that been in the pro or, you know, in college at Fresno State actually playing. It's for free, this and that. Oh, I'm trying to go, but they don't have a medium to actually, you know, be able to see that. So just more exposure for us to, you know, get to the eyes and the ears of people that actually want to listen to us.
You guys have gotten pretty good exposure so far. I know that in the championship round of season 2, right? You guys can you guys talk a little bit about who you guys had there? Little shout outs, kind of give them the flowers a little bit, and give you guys your flowers too. Because that was
a stacked lineup.
Bro, if you look at Fresno Pro-Am,
thank you. Yes.
That event, bro, is like all over the news.
I know it's actually crazy going through it from an organizer standpoint because right before that we're like, oh man, this is we're tired. We're tired, right?
Definitely stressful.
That's the last week, no?
Huh?
So that's like the 7th, 8th week, right?
Right.
7th week, yeah. Shout outs. So we ended up partnering with the Troy Center and Quincy Pondexter to put together a giveaway, back to school giveaway. Gave away over 200 and 2,500. Yeah, 2,500 backpacks and supplies to the community. It was a great turnout, and Quincy Pondexter laced him up for the first time in like many years since he played at San Joaquin Memorial. So shout out to him, and he created his own roster and you know, brought some influences out like Maxis Nice and Jaden Hardy. Who else?
White Iverson.
Rudy
Gay. Shout out to Rudy Gay.
Jaden Hardy's brother, Amari Hardy, he did his thing.
Yep. He even tapped the mayor, the Fresno mayor, Jerry Dyer, to be a coach. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody, but there were so many people that were just lined up on the baseline to watch front row and center. It was huge. It was huge. I had to watch videos at the end of it and was like, yo, this happened, that happened.
Yeah.
Because you guys in the moment, bro. I mean, you guys being on the back and you probably couldn't take it in as much because
Yeah.
you guys are probably running around crazy.
No, yeah,
for
for sure.
The whole time, I literally took like 2 videos. I think when I left like the gym, I didn't want to hang out with anybody for like a good like 3-4 hours. I was just at Chipotle, chilling, just like watching like all those videos on repeat. Just like, did this really just happen? It really just happened. Did it really just and just going back and forth? It was so surreal, so surreal.
But to touch up on that, yeah, just making sure everybody's comfortable, you know, feel safe, protected. Like, it's a huge responsibility when you got that many people inside one area, you know, and we didn't want to take that lightly. So, yeah, that's like 50% of the stress in itself, you know. So.
Sure. Public safety. Where you got a story?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you guys can ask him. I was not playing about that when it came to that.
Oh, yeah.
Right when the security pulled up, yeah, let me have a conversation with you guys. I'm not
Yeah.
playing. Yeah.
I remember hitting the group chat like, "Hey, security meetings at this time," and I'm thinking in my head like, I'm gonna tell them what's going. Ryan pulls up and he's like, "Yeah, so we got this, we got that. You make sure you're over there. We would get this door over here. Yeah,
Listen, these 2 doors are locked. That one is
they're
only
just
for
like-
approved personnel. This one is for regular people. Like there's only door. Like I wasn't playing because like one like it has to be that. And the thing is like with me, like and he weak because I'm not playing. Like
Ryan looks like the one you give a whistle to. He's the one that has the whistle, right? He's
and
blowing
I
that
was
thing.
like, I'll happily snap on somebody. I'm not tripping, but like I don't want to. But
Jill,
I
no, we're not doing that.
But no, like, cause just one with me is just like we have professional players here, NBA players. This is Fresno. Like I'm not gonna say it's a bad city, but I'm just never gonna put it past them. You know what I mean? Like it is improving, but the things with me, I want everybody to go home safe. Everybody from a little kid all the way to whoever, the oldest person in it, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know, I'm going to just have this conversation with them so we're on the same page. So, 1, the players feel safe as well as the NBA players. And then 2, for me being safe as well, too, because I'm walking around everywhere. I'm leaving stuff here. I know my family's going to be, like, you know, watching my personal items, but I want to know when I'm taking a step out the door to get a quick breather, the security guard is there, and, you know, just in case somebody, you know, just for any instance, you know, want them fully aware.
That many people, bro. That many people in a room. You gotta have some safety
It is a big
precautions, bro. You know,
It is huge. Yeah.
100%. So I know you guys talked. We touched a little bit upon the fan experience, right? Making sure the experience is top flight, top notch, and everything that I've heard about Fresno Pro-Am attending the events is top notch, bro. And so I want to take people at home, right? People at home that are watching this at home, and they're like, man, Fresno Pro-Am. I'm sure if you're watching this all the way up until here, they're probably like, damn, I missed out, right? They're feeling a little bit of like that FOMO a little bit. So I want you guys to take them through at home what it's like to attend a Fresno Pro-Am. So they go up, from the ticket booth to the snacks you guys got to the atmosphere to sitting, where can they sit? Where can they find tickets? Take them through that.
Yeah. So it's funny because I actually Googled Fresno Pro-Am. And it was like, people who search this also search Fresno Pro-Am tickets. And we don't have a ticketing system. It's actually open to the public and it's free to walk in.
Yeah.
So of all ages, yes. So a lot of people are like, hey, how much does it cost? Well, it's free. Just walk in. We have a
the
donation.
community, man.
Yeah, it's for the community. So like, it's like
That's
so
big
true.
time. Yeah.
But you'll see a donation box at the front door. You may see one of my dad, your dad, anybody, you know what I mean? Somebody sitting at the front. It's an all-day basketball event. So, like, if you're a basketball purist, if you love to be around the game, or if you love to follow, guys who play around in this area, you'll love it. It's a little cold. We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
But it's also summertime too, so like you don't complain too much about that.
Fresno, I'd rather be cold than warm in Fresno, bro. So.
Yeah, no, seriously. But it's good basketball going on, and like I said, like all those things on the back end that we make sure are good. It helps produce a better performance on the court, and not to take anything away from the players, because those guys are always training. These guys are always in the gym, and they go out there, and we would just want to create this atmosphere where they can go out there and do what they practice to do and what they train to do and get better.
There you have it, folks. If you haven't been to a Proam game, you gotta go. Season 3. When does Season 3 start, by the way?
We don't have a date yet. We don't even have a location yet. We don't have a location.
We usually try to start it around
Mid-June.
end of June. We usually try to start end of June.
Summer.
Mid-June, yeah. Summer. It's for sure. It's summer.
Summer
But we
2024.
will- Soon, more than likely, we'll be more likely having some open gym events here and there. Try to get some stuff going.
Yeah.
Just getting community involvement.
If someone wants to qualify, bro, they're thinking this at home. Like, not only do they want to attend, but they're looking at their shoes in the corner of the room. They got some Jordans over there, and they're like, maybe it's time to dust them off, bro. Like, what do they need to do to qualify to play in the Pro-Am League?
Send their application in. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
I encourage that. I encourage that.
Is there anything that stands out from application to application that can really help them set themselves apart?
Yeah, last season we had over
Yeah, that's a good
150
question.
applications.
You said what?
Yeah, we had like around 150 applications.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's okay to send an application, but be realistic. Like if you're not going off at your local, like if you're not
College
or
or
the
something
local
like that. That's a
rec
good
league or
point.
whatever the case is, yeah, it just might not work for you, And then some people have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So some people have qualified and they still do qualify, but when they get out there, they realize they're not qualified.
Exactly.
So it's just one of those things.
And the one thing, like, how we kind of base it off of is just, like, your level of play. Like, you like you said, you see your Jordans in the corner of your room, a little dusty. Yeah. Okay, that kind of explains a little bit, Like,
why they dusty?
like, they might be dusty for a reason. So
Keep the
I'm
dust
gonna
out
need
of
you
it.
to clean them with a disinfectant wipe, and then really put some drills in first, and then come holler at us, and then we're gonna really evaluate your game. If you're really, and the thing is, we base it off of how serious you're taking it.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to come out here and have a highlight, mixtape, that's cool. That's where you come to the open gyms when you can bring your camera, things like that. Because, these people that are coming out here, and that's the thing, and we honestly see it at the Proam as well, too. It's people coming out here for highlights, people coming out here for exposure, people coming out here taking it serious just to get their foot in the door, the exposure, things like that, or making a statement.
Yeah.
And so we just gauge it by that, and then it just depends on how you're approaching the game, and then we see where we can fit you in and serve you as best. Personally, I'll say.
I was just gonna add that we have guys that are fighting for minutes, that are fighting. They're on rosters. They've gone through the application process. They're fighting for minutes, and that's a real thing. Like if you're a junior college player, you're among some guys who actually pay their bills doing this thing. A real thing is like, hey, how can I get on the floor? And I don't want to dive too much into those details, but that's.
No, but it's real, bro, because I feel like competitive. If you're at home watching this on the same note, bro, is like, if you're a real hooper, you're really into basketball, like it's your thing. Like, you respect the fact that you're fighting for minutes, right? You hear that and you're like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna have to go work for it, right? I'm not gonna get free minutes because that takes the whole competitive nature out of it, right?
Yeah.
100%.
You would think so too, but we're adults too,
Yeah.
So some guys live in fantasy world, So
They got that 2K My Player on the blacktop, bro. And
responsibility, man, to weave those guys out,
Or yeah. It happens by itself, really. A lot of times, but the player evaluation process is something that is it's critical, man.
Well, what about if a guy like Giannis? I know he's known to kind of spend some time in Fresno. What if you see that name in the application?
what's your message to Giannis?
Huh? What you said? What?
What's your message to Giannis? He's coming to Fresno. You see Fresno Pro-Am. What's your message to him, bro?
My message is come out and play. You know what I mean? Come out and play. We understand that he has Fresno ties. And it's not even about what we say. The front office is really not, and I want to make this very, very clear. Like, it's not about who we want to see. It's about, a lot of times, it's about the fans. Yeah. It's about the fans. It's about the people who want to go watch Giannis play for not $1. Right now, they cannot do that unless he goes and plays on the Pro-Am floor. So I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I really want to get that across, because sometimes some people think they're going to go out there and play for us, and it's like, you're not going out there and playing for us. There's fans out there that actually want to go out there and see you play. Yeah.
People kind of ask us oh, when are you guys gonna have that person out there? When are you guys gonna have that person? I mean, we just can't call these professional dudes hey, take a break out of your $1 million schedule and come play basketball for free and actually lose. Come on, they're professionals. They have kids to feed, families to take care of. So we have to respect their schedule. We would love when people. At Giannis, always in Fresno Pro-Am. We're gonna, show that love, repost it, to kind of get that, ball rolling. But we're not gonna force him. But we'll reach out.
Especially at that level.
That's out of our control.
Especially at that level.
Especially at that level. I mean, sometimes agents will say, "Hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Don't go do it."
Yeah.
And as simple as that.
And at the end of the day, bro, I feel like if you create a good product, you create a good platform, they're going to come anyways, right?
That's what we always revert back to, and we just focus on that.
We always have open, welcoming arms.
I'll be honest with you guys, dude. I think the way they're going, I don't think it's a matter of if. I honestly, God, I think it's a matter of when. I think guys like that are coming. You guys are putting Fresno on the map. Fresno is already on the map. But as far as like the basketball culture goes, man, like you were saying, the Pro-Am, we're a little bit late on it. I didn't even know that. So it was really cool to know, dude. But you guys are putting us on the map, and the whole community, everybody that plays basketball, the things you guys are doing, bro, for like even the little kids that are barely starting to pick up basketball. By the time they get older, man, it's gonna be who knows where these things gonna be, man. So
Yeah, one of my favorite stories about, I think it was this past season. I saw a kid who posted his jersey, and it was a signed jersey by Rock Johnson Jr. He's one of our all-stars in our league. When I found that story, I found that Rock did the same thing for him last year. So Rock's giving him both of his, game jerseys. So from the past 2 seasons,
that's cool.
It's stories like that that's like, yo, this is so cool. Like, yeah, yeah. And then they have junior college guys on our posters and things like that, and
that's huge,
them
bro.
signing autographs. I wasn't signing autographs as a JUCO product, but at the Fresno Pro-Am, things like that
It's
can
happening,
happen.
man.
So it's really cool to see those things.
That's crazy, bro.
I think it's easy to get caught up sometimes too in the business, right? Like you become so focused on it's a business, you want it to work, you want to create the environment and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still ball, bro. Like it's for the love of the game.
Man.
Yeah, yeah. Not to be confused. We've been talking about a lot of business elements of it, but yeah, I think that's the thread. It's like it's a shared love of the game. Mind you talking to guys who ain't made a dime off of it. Well, we do nothing but love this game. So he's losing. No, I'm not losing. But yeah, that's definitely what keeps this league together for sure.
Yeah, bro. And you guys are putting on a good league too, bro. And on the top of putting on good leagues, good products, I know one of the best products out there for sports, right, is Nike. And you guys recently announced you guys have that big sponsorship partnership with Nike. So talk a little bit about that and what we can expect for the upcoming season.
Yeah, major shout out to Nike. I mean, we don't necessarily have a sponsorship, or we're not positioned to be in a sponsorship to where we get like jerseys thrown at us and bags thrown at us. We'd love to be in it. Not yet. But that's definitely a business goal for us. And we're open to talk to different brands when it comes to that. Sooner than later, they're going to look at the Fresno market and say, hey, there's something going on with this basketball community. We want to be a part of it, and that's what we're still waiting for that call.
Absolutely.
You guys have a lot of good sponsors so far, bro. And the coolest part about it is a lot of the sponsors we see from you guys is like here in Fresno, bro. Like they're local businesses that do it here, bro.
Yep.
Yes, we try to keep it organic as much as possible. But yeah, top 3 on my head, My Guy Market. Shout out to him, my dog. Chill Sweet. You guys trying to have a chill, good time, man. A good spot to go to.
Absolutely.
And then as well as Central Valley Sports. Yeah.
How do you go about getting a team? I don't have to get you, bro. How do you go about getting a team? Like if you're a business right now, you want to tell a business, how do you get a team?
So this past season we did naming rights. So like Eddie, Wu-Tangzy, he had a I've been calling Eddie for a long time. Wu-Tangzy has naming rights for I think it was the last couple seasons, or I don't know. But businesses can actually get that. We may be moving to a different process moving into season 3. But we also have the jersey sponsors patches that we're looking into this upcoming season. So those are all wide open, and we're all for working with businesses that see what's going on in the basketball community and want to support the mission that the basketball community is on. So it's not necessarily for those who whose missions aren't aligned with ours, if that makes sense.
100%, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, if you're watching this at home, you guys probably noticed, I talk about people at home. But so if you're watching this at home, you guys have a business. I mean, understand and know, right? Like the amount of eyeballs you guys have on your guys' game, it's not just like a blacktop pickup game, bro. Like you guys are putting off like pro-level performances, pro-level competitive leagues that are like, I mean, for your business, if you're watching this as a business, like the eyeballs and the exposure you're going to get at this is like second to none, bro.
The biggest thing with partnerships with brands is how they exist in the basketball world. Because one thing about the basketball community is we've embraced the heck out of My Guy Market. We've embraced the heck out of CVS. And like the guys will rap not to name drop any other podcast, but our guy Frank, Bring the Juice.
Frank.
I mean, you'll see Bring the Juice hats all over the place.
I was gonna wear mine today.
Because
his merch is sick, bro.
Yeah, he's sick.
Because those who support the mission that Fresno Pro-Am is on, like they're really like having conversations with guys and things of that nature, and that's really a huge portion. It's not about slapping a logo on something, because I've seen that being done, It's not organic, and this thing is only grown organically. So that's how we got to this point.
And the people that actually want to be sponsors, they're actually invested. You know, they actually want to come to the games. They want to actually, you know, try to get courtside seats. They want to meet the players. They want to, you know, get to know some of our processes, what we're doing, you know, preparing for these events, things like that. So it's actually like a level of interest, you know, and intrigueness that they're actually showing us. So it makes us actually want to do business, more business with them.
I feel like it's not even really like a sponsorship, right? It's more of like a partnership, it seems like, right?
That's more how
it
we
is.
try to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's game changer, bro. I mean, you guys both grow. You're both growing as a business. And a lot of times we have our business and I know that our business, we've sponsored different things where it is more of like that slap the logo on and you're like, dang, you want to be more invested in it, bro. And I feel like for this, it's the coolest thing because you guys allow the sponsors to become a partner in it. And as far as like, get invested in it, bro. Show up, support your team, bro.
Absolutely. Eddie was he was emceeing some of his games with his team on the floor. That was one of the coolest things a part of the last season. You know, you want to see your team name in the winning column, and you want to do what you can to make sure that happens.
As well as on social media.
Yep.
You know, constantly putting the fuel in the fire on the guys on his team on social media. Bragging, things of that nature. But I mean, that's all part of the spirit that we embrace. You know.
I don't think I've ever seen Wu-Tang's dribble a basketball, but he was in that huddle coaching them dudes up.
And he was telling that Coach Prime, Coach Wu-Tang's, baby.
Yeah, he was not playing. Coachy, you better put some respect on it.
That's so dope, dude.
You're on his team, bro. You have him in the huddle. I feel like after you leave that huddle, you're gonna leave pretty fired up, bro. There's no way.
He's on the mic.
He's on the mic.
He was on the mic. Yes, he was on the mic. Everyone in the crowd heard him talking, and he's cheering for his team. That's how invested he is.
That's cool. That's so cool, bro.
So, you know, things like
everybody
that can happen at the Fresno Pro-Am.
That's not something that I agree everybody should be able to do. But
he's definitely qualified, too.
He's qualified, bro. He's mic certified for sure.
He's a good MC, bro. He's a good MC, he knows how to rock a crowd. That's dope.
He definitely does.
That's sick, bro. So obviously, the first 2 seasons are in the books. Upcoming season 3, the 2024. Now, I mean, it's almost here, right? 2024 of the summer. So, what can people expect for the upcoming season?
Stay tuned because season 3. I almost said season 2. Season 3. It's going to be bigger and better. And that's not even just me hyping it up. It's just organically growing in that direction. We just wait and watch social media, right? You'll hear where it's going to be. You'll hear when it's going to start, and all those things. So just stay tuned to social media, really.
That's fun, dude. That's like the best thing, man. I feel like as a kid or when you're young and you follow something, I feel like there's like the hype, dude. Like, fuck, are these guys posting? Oh, shit, they just posted the YouTube thing. Oh, shit, you know? That's cool, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, the appetite in sports to consume content is like you want to. I'm watching so much Coach Prime videos. I don't know about y'all.
Oh, bro,
I'm watching the practice, all the things. I want to see all the angles.
I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis, baby.
And it's play my theme music. It's fun. The sport of basketball, and that's one of the things too. You know, we see people who aren't like Eddie, who aren't necessarily in the basketball space. Like he didn't grow up playing, but let's get invested into this game and this is a cool opportunity and cool way to do it.
Yeah, he truly enjoys the game, enjoys the culture.
And he's he's learning the culture too. Exactly. Like he's learning the hoop culture
and he understands where his place overlaps with that culture because
entertainment.
It's kind of like my culture and your culture. We're not all together, but we have a middle ground where we contrast.
Yeah, for sure. Shared values, things of that nature. So.
100%, bro. You guys are going places, bro, and we're excited to see it, bro. Like, I know we just met you guys today, but it's cool because, like, we have been following the journey a little bit before, and now even more, bro, because we see the kind of guys you are. People at home, they're going to see the kind of guys you guys are as far as, like, you can feel the passion you guys when you guys talk about it, bro. It's not something that you have and you just, like, started. It's kind of one of those things you're like, I might do it next year. No, it's like, bro, we're going to do it. And I heard you say a quote as far as, like, bro, this is something that you're not doing for the next 2-3 years. You guys are doing this for the next 50 years, right? I mean, 50, 60 years.
You heard me say that?
I heard you say that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
One of the interviews, you said like it's going to be something like where it's more of like a legacy play, right?
Absolutely.
You heard him say that. I was just playing with
no, but it's about ultimately it's about building something that lasts longer than you. Exactly. So like, if this has been around for 50, 60 years, why not this being around for 50, 60 years and thinking in decades? Exactly. So that's ultimately what I'm touching on when I said it because I don't even know if I'm going to be around for 50.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm just joking around, but we want to build it to where if anything else takes us, our path in our lives, where it'll be set up to where we'll be able to hand it to somebody to take care of it, and we'll be able to check in and help them out, you know, and be like that mentor to kind of like somebody that we might have needed when we're getting into this, you know.
Tagline is take it further too, by the way.
Exactly.
Let's make
Yes.
that come full circle.
That was actually on my notes today. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because what does take it further mean? Because that is like one of your guys' that's the motto, right? So what does take it further mean?
Yeah, they appointed me to like say it because it's something I came
I'm
up
glad
You
with.
can touch up on that
bro.
best. Yeah, like, touch up on that
I
best.
mean, you know, there's this idea that like it doesn't matter what you take, it's where you take it to. And you know, there's givers and takers in this game. Some people are playing to only take something away from it, and they're not trying to give back to it. But I told you what to do with this one. I told you to take it, but take it further. Like take this
Absolutely.
one further. Take your game further. It's applicable to anybody's individual journey when it comes to this game. Just take your game further. Take the game of basketball further. Yeah, that's pretty much how it came up.
I like it, bro. Kind of pumps you up a little bit.
It does.
you know?
That was like the Coach Prime videos are rolling off, bro. That was
Yeah, clip that one up. Send it to me. Let me know.
That's a
I've never
clip for
said it
sure.
like that before.
Timestamp it right there.
Hey, I
Yeah.
felt like I was in the locker room, like, yeah. Yes, sir.
Take it
Yes,
further.
sir.
Take it
Fire.
further.
No limits.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. We got the starting five right here, bro. So I mean, you know what I mean. If we ever need to lace it up, I'll be the inbounder. You know what I mean. I'll just pass the ball.
I got
you
the
know?
jerseys in the car.
Yeah, exactly. So here on the All-Access Podcast, we have a signature question and wrapping up. We appreciate you guys coming on, bro. We know you guys are super busy, especially like I know it's a couple months away, but I can only imagine the planning you guys have to plan up for the upcoming season. But before we get to the signature question, we wanted a quick break to our shout out to our sponsor here, right here, Fat Al's Bar and Grill in Sanger, California. I'm telling you guys, man. On top of it being like a 10 out of 10 venue, the staff here are 10 out of 10, the drinks are 10 out of 10, and just the vibes, man. The vibes,
Absolutely.
lights around here. What do you guys think of it?
I love it.
I love it in here.
We need a
man.
Fresno Pro-Am jersey in here.
Yeah, for
But
real.
this is
If you live in Sanger, you got to be here, man.
Y'all gotta tune in, man, because if y'all not, I will. I'll see me right there at the bar. Hey, go ahead, put my Lakers on or the Cowboys, and I'll be here posted.
That's right.
Yes,
The
sir,
Cowboy
that
plug,
part,
huh?
That
Yeah.
part.
This
I
is
got
our
love
year,
for the
baby.
Giants, but, I'll watch
It's our
the
year.
football.
I'm telling you guys, man. So, yeah, quick shout out to Fat Al's Bar and Grill right here in Sanger, California. If you guys haven't been here yet, man, you need to get here. Weekend, weekday, place to be, man. So, in closing, man, like I said, we appreciate you guys coming out. It's one of the ones that we had on our list as far as we like to have like a list as far as guests that we want to have on, right? Like target milestones, right? And this was one of the ones we had, bro, especially because you guys are from here. It's not something where it's like another city. Like, this is our backyard, bro. A lot of people watching this are from here in Fresno, Central Valley, and you guys did it here, bro, and you guys are continuously doing it. But we have a All Access Podcast signature question we like to ask, and I guess we have three people, so you guys can all answer it, is I want you guys to picture, like, younger Alton, Ryan, and Seth, right? Maybe just before you guys started, right? Where before you guys started the Proam, before you guys had the name, before you guys had the logo, before you guys had everything figured out, right? Maybe when you kind of like had an idea, but you're like, dang, I don't know how it's going to happen. What's some advice you guys would give that younger self of you guys on how to get through it? And just to let you guys know, hey, it's going to be okay and we're going to make it through it.
That's deep. What would I say to my younger self? How much younger? Because I started playing basketball in like 6th grade. I would definitely say everything you're doing is worth it. And it may not work out the way you think it does, but it's going to work out nonetheless. I would definitely say that. Because you couldn't tell me that I wasn't like the next Allen Iverson. I had his jersey, I had the braids, I had everything. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to go to the NBA. But as a kid, you dream. You know, as a kid, you dream, and I would say keep dreaming. I would tell them keep dreaming. Don't forget that just things will work out.
I would kind of piggyback off that statement, like as far as just just staying to the course. Like you never really know what to expect, but just stay to the course. Younger Ryan, man. I mean, it's a journey for me. I'd probably say to the younger, high school Ryan, as far as playing basketball, when it comes to basketball, it's not only one path of defining success or defining your journey. And that's one thing about, like, the Central Valley. A lot of people, like, get stuck in that, I got to, be that star player, things of that nature. But it's just, like, the more you just sit back and just analyze, your game, because it starts from playing basketball. Analyze your game. Be realistic with yourself. Be open to new things. And that's one thing I would say, like, in the Valley, just growing up, me personally, I really wasn't open to, you know, trying new things or looking at the same thing on a different perspective. Going into college, it really made me think more critically, analyze myself, and so it just really built that foundation to where I'm at right now as far as helping the Pro-Am. And so, yeah, just don't get caught up, you know, in your own head, you know, just stay the course. You know?
Yeah. I would say ultimately just be aware that there's going to be setbacks, you know, misconceptions. There's going to be things along the ride, but in the sense of basketball, just use it as a tool, you know, to gain quality traits that can help you further in life, you know. It's kind of hard to really think back at a specific time frame, but yeah, high school or college, whatever the case may be, just know that there's going to be hiccups in the road, and just accept them and just keep yourself around the right people, and everything will work out.
100%, bro. And I feel like any one of your guys' answers, someone can play back, right, and take it, right? It's not just a basketball game. It's not just the game of sports. But, like, they can take it back and really apply it to life, like you guys said, right? Like, that's with anything. So, if you're watching this, rewind it back a couple minutes, listen back to their answers, man, and apply it to your life, because I guarantee someone at home is going through the same thing where you guys mentioned, and they're like, damn, like, that hits home, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%, man. So we appreciate you. Yeah.
Man, thank you guys for having us, man.
Thanks for
This
coming
is
out, dude.
all of this, the production, the team back there.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Boys,
all
got
you
a solid
guys too,
team,
man.
so
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
you.
100%, man. We appreciate you guys. And before we wrap up, man, any last things anyone has to mention?
You know what? I do want to say one last thing, man. Right now, I think a lot of people right now, you're witnessing kind of like the Dana Whites of the Pro-Am, of the basketball scene, especially here in Fresno, here in Central California, man. You guys are like the early stages. I'm sure you guys are in the business, so you've heard the Dana White story, you know, with the UFC. So I think that this is what we're witnessing right now, man. And this is one of those early interviews, man, where I think like 10 years from now, you're going to look back at this. People are going to look back at this, and they're going to see the impact that you guys have created, how it all started. And you guys are impacting a lot of lives, man, not only on the court, but also off the court, because you're showing people all the possibilities, man. That doesn't matter if you're from Fresno, from Sanger, Reedley, Parlier, little city from around the valley, man. Like, there's just unlimited potential, man. And the only thing stopping you, man, is you. So shout out to you boys, man, for inspiring the youth.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really appreciate that comment, and both of the comments you guys been giving us, you know. And it's like, as far as me personally, like when, you know, I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing, or I'm frustrated dealing with players, or, you know, the referees, or we have to organize the next week coming up, and then when I just hear comments like that when I get to the event, you're like, oh man, what you guys are doing are great. It really means a lot to me personally. I'm pretty sure for them too as well.
Sure.
Just so the hard work that we put in nonstop just doesn't go unnoticed. So I really appreciate that from you guys.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you guys, bro. And we know that it's getting late right now. We don't want to take up too much more of your time. But, yeah, like I said, we can't say it enough, man. We appreciate you guys coming on. And everyone watching at home, man, make sure you guys go follow these guys, Instagram, all the social media platforms, Fresno Pro-Am. And most importantly, man, make sure you tune in to Season 3, right? Season 3 of the Fresno Pro-Am, summer 2024. Make sure you don't miss it. If you haven't been to a game yet, man, I hope we kind of overstated how much you're missing out on if you're not attending these events, man. So make sure you tune in. Appreciate you guys tuning in every single week. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, baby.
Peace.
That's good. Appreciate y'all.
Cool. That's a wrap, boys.
And cut.